like, think about it. It's like you play a game like about catching fruits all day. You gotta at least eat some fruits. You gotta have like some berries and stuff.
Watch you eat all the fruits that aren't in the catch default skin. So you're just eating pineapples, honeydew melons.
I just think of it like there's some subliminal messaging, like, or some unconscious behavior. It's like I've seen so many apples, I must eat one.
Alright,
fair
it
enough.
does look like there was a player swap on South Korea's side. It looks like they subbed in Cast, and they should be getting started with this warm-up now.
All right, and we're getting into
there
that
we
first
go.
warm up.
All right, with the magical girls apparently.
Yeah, because we need more of that. More magical
We need some
girls.
more vitamin.
Yeah.
We need some vitamin C in our lives.
All right, we might have a problem. Houston?
Yeah, I do. It does seem like
I think two of our players went into orbit.
Yeah, they just decided to let Hyper try out this song just on their own.
Alone.
Solo mode.
While we're working that out.
Hyper W is not amused. Like, what?
1v3.
Don't really
There it
blame
is.
them there. It looks like they're gonna go ahead and retry that. At least from what I'm seeing here. Not a bad way to start out. There's definitely been worse ways. In all honesty.
Hey, I mean, the stream is still going. We haven't crashed. We're going. We got this. We're just having a little bit of delays. It's all good.
Kaboom.
I was
no!
going to say
Michael
no.
Bay.
Don't say that.
There's pulp everywhere.
Michael Bay, orange explosions.
Oh no.
I could do that. That could be arranged. That could be arranged. I catch.
That could be orange.
I also catch advertisements like foods exploding and stuff like that.
It just reminds me of that one World Cup. I think it was Tycho, or was it Standard? I can't remember anymore. Where everything was just going terribly, terribly wrong.
That was definitely the Tycho, because we basically coined the term Michael Bay lag explosions, because it was just, it really wasn't anything on our end. It was just some of the teams didn't have that great a connection to each other. It happens. It's part of running a tournament that goes on an online game. You have to take in every possible scenario here. Connections can be something that might happen. We never like when it happens. It's really unfortunate, especially when you get all super hyped up and then you're like, oh, well, there's not much we could do. All right, it does look like we're going to give this one more shot. Seeing some strange mods there. We see the first time I've seen Flashlight. On,
What? Really?
Hey, I'm excited for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't think they are though. They realize the error of their ways almost immediately.
No. Oh. I mean, tweet chat. Encourage it for Flashlight.
This is also the dubstep remix. At least for me.
I think we just went full wub mode. Strong start though for me and
Apparently,
Alice
the stream just raped. Of course, we do have a special stream quality for the EU, and that is a bad one. Anyhow.
Yeah, anyway, from Hong Kong's side, we still have Chungbi and Alice Cartelet doing quite well. I believe only Chungbi actually holding a full combo right now. Though it is just a warm-up, so, everything's okay right now. South Korea is struggling a little bit here with PikaCast not really able to keep up with the map. And, well, BL just doing those flashlight things, having a bit of fun there. And Hyper...
Oh, sorry about that.
It's alright. Hyper W7 being the player there with Hard Rock, just having a bit of fun. PCAS actually doing some relax, so moving around with the mouse.
Gosh.
In a lot of cases, I would honestly say moving around with mouse is harder than moving around with a keyboard.
Is it now?
You know, back when I only played standard and I never touched catch, I would tell you that moving with the mouse was a whole lot easier, but now that I've played and got used to the controls a bit more, moving with the mouse is like garbage. It's not fun. It's actually the hypers, there's no way to actually get to them right away. You just gotta jerk everything over there. There's no actual dash. It's all mouse control.
I mean,
Wow,
I can imagine it would be okay if you were playing it with like a tablet or something, but that's just like playing standard, I guess.
It's kind of like playing standard, but you lose the feel of actually catching the fruit. Nothing has weight anymore. It's just like floatiness. Just imagine Yuzu trying to catch fruit on like a lake bed of ice, and that's relaxed for you.
Alright.
Biol is trying so hard to just catch some fruit, but they're just hitting the floor. It must be a really messy floor there for Yuzu to navigate.
Oh gosh.
And you can see the look on his face. He's not too happy about the floor.
It's like, what have you done?
Oh man, canon, uncanon. They should totally have a fail screen, like when you lose in Os Catch, where it's just Yuzu like sweeping up all the fruit that you missed.
Oh, that would be great. Still got another about quarter or a third about this warm up to go. Shouldn't be missing there, but really, like, only players that seem to be holding decent accuracies right now in combo were Alice, Cartlet, and Chingbi. Others just really struggling to keep up, other than Hyper W7 from South Korea. And BL is just still like, why did I decide to put this mod on? It was a terrible idea. I regret this decision.
Yeah.
No, best decision ever. Not for
I
him.
mean, that's got to be really hard too. Like, flashlight with catch, you're already kind of limited in movement, so your sight to your movement being limited as well. I just don't see that being fun. I mean, of course, though, like, the one cool thing about it is, I guess, with catch being a little bit more based on memorization, when you do have the chance to practice a map, I guess flashlight would be a little bit more reasonable than some of the other mods.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, if you can memorize the map, then yeah, by all means go for it. But there's not very many players that can really memorize maps very well. In any game mode, really. I mean, there are some players that can do it, but it's not very common.
I think the best person I can think of in regards to that was Lebanese.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like more or less the minute and 30 song, like your average TV size song, you'll probably see more flashlight plays on than anything else.
Yeah, I wouldn't see, any flashlight on gore shit stuff and stuff like that. Which are like 5, 6, 7 minutes long.
Yeah, I am a little bit confused as to why BL would want to practice with flashlight on a warm-up, but it's their warm-up. They're more than welcome to do what they want to.
Yeah, I think they're just looking to have fun with it. I mean, it was their warm-up pick. PickyCast went relaxed. BL went, like, with the flashlight. I don't think there was so much practicing as it was just like kind of getting yourself warmed up and adjusted, to the tournament environment. Because it's a little bit different when you're playing in a tournament. You want to try and relax.
Yeah, I would not do that. I'd be pins and needles all day. It feels bad, man.
Yeah, and when you're pins and needles like that, you can make a lot more mistakes. It's what makes it so tricky to play at a tournament level.
Alright, so we do have a second warm-up, which is Akatin Makeinu Shishushuji.
Alright, so we are
I hope I
going to
pronounced it more or less right.
Akino Shijo Shuji? Or Shugi? I don't know.
It should be Shugi. Or Shuki, at least.
I'll just pretend it's said the way that Nar says Shugi. Shugi, Shugi. I'm sure there's someone that wants to hit me for that who plays League.
Most probably. And one of the star players of Hong Kong is incoming with Alien Flybot.
Kind of excited to see what the second one was going to be like. We've already seen some pretty interesting stuff from the South Korean side with the flashlight and relax plays. Maybe we'll see more of that. Have to wait and see though, as we're waiting for the players to ready up and get this second warm-up on the. Get it started.
Yep. While the chat is covered with Doritos for some strange reason.
Hey, I mean, Twitch chat, save some of those Doritos for me, alright? I mean, I'm pretty hungry too.
That's true. I'm not hungry anymore. I ate before the tournament because,
I mean, it's so disappointing. They're letting all those Doritos hit the floor.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
I mean,
don't talk about
I'd like some Mountain Dew to go with that.
I actually really dislike Mountain Dew. I can't stand fizzy drinks though. I'm different in that regard. Like I can't stand like Pepsi or Coca-Cola or anything like that. Apparently we have
What?
Homer. Why do we have Homer playing?
Checkers against a chicken?
Like a rooster? I don't even know. Either way, it's
Well,
getting
yeah,
like.
it's definitely
I'm pretty
a
sure.
rooster.
I'm pretty sure the rooster would win. I'm a little concerned that Homer is holding the South Korean flag.
I'm pretty sure the chicken won that game of chickens as well.
So is this supposed to mean that Hong Kong is the chicken?
I
Or rooster?
have no.
It looks like Alien Flybot is playing some easy.
Yeah, we got some music going from Alien Flybot, and from Ezreal we have the hidden Hard Rock. Hard Rock from Hyper W7 as well.
Lots of Doritos.
Gosh.
I think this is
It's
probably.
the case of normal warm-ups getting in. I've noticed recently that normal warm-ups have like a flag or some sort of thing.
By the way, it's not a chicken, it's a rooster.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I don't mind chicken actually.
I don't think there's much to be said about the background though, other than just Rooster's gonna beat Homer, and the Rooster is representing Hong Kong. Homer is South Korea. So Hong Kong definitely feeling confident here.
All right, and now we'll start getting into our bands here after our rolls. This should be pretty exciting. Given our map pool for this week, guys, what do you feel we might see having a heavy ban rate here? Let's try to get a few predictions and call a few things here. And if you don't know the map pool yet, you can check that out at the wiki. For those watching that might not know, you might be interested, well, what is in the map pool? If you weren't with us at the end of last week, you might have missed out on the semifinal map pool showcase. But do not fear, as all the information is on the wiki if you need to quickly double over that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say new.
You know?
Yeah.
I think even though Milky Ice Bear is kind of easy, I do believe we might see some of that being banned out, as the hidden picks are a little bit on the slower side. Mew definitely the V2B map, that's probably going to see something. I hope we see some of Dr. Wily's Castle as well played, not exactly banned there, but only time will tell. We do have quite a few good no-mod picks this time as well, and Slane and a few others have also said it does look like Nomad is going to be a bit more predominant as we go further on into the stages, as we get closer and closer to the finals.
Wait, what got banned?
Yeah, I don't really understand. 2 and 5? Is it like Avalon Oka and the story of the legendary sword?
That might be what they meant, but I'm not 100% sure.
Because Believe was banned, and I have no idea what the other one is.
It does look like we do have another ban. Sumi Degawa Karenka.
Okay, and that one looks like that's going to in our double time bracket, so it looks like we're going to see a double time pick again here.
I'm not really surprised by seeing some of these mod bans at this point because I feel like in most tournaments when you get to like the semifinals and the finals, there's usually like a mod difference between the two teams where one team is like stronger overall in one mod over the other team. And a lot of the bans usually get directed towards that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if that'll be the case in this particular match, but we will see.
So South Korea does ban 2 double time picks, and as for Hong Kong, I don't really know what they did then still.
I know they banned out Believe, which is a double time as well.
So it looks like they are avoiding the high speed situation here, which might prove to be a good choice. Now
so,
we will see.
Oh, and so number 5 would be Hungarian dance. No, we'll see.
It looks
Oh.
like
Didn't.
yep, we will see who is going to have that in just a moment.
After serious consideration, QAT decided to nuke the map set. Oh, I can totally understand that pain. I'm not a mapper anymore, but I can totally understand that. Still waiting here for South Korea to make their first selection.
Yep.
Our tournament manager is having quite good patience for the beginning of the day.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah, usually we're just like, go, go, go. Pick a map faster.
Well, we've got a bit more time leniency this time around, with the extra half hour on each block.
All it's going to take is just having one match go to tiebreak, and all that time will just go away. Oh, there it is.
We go.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
That's a luck that we know.
He says, apparently I'm not impatient enough. Let me fix that one.
Now there might be misunderstanding. Oh man, they're gonna totally misunderstand. They're gonna be like, "Oh, now Tasha wants to go fast." It's this lockdown guy.
No,
okay.
you kind of did say.
Avalon.
I said
Avalon.
I said that our tournament manager. All right, so yeah, getting some Avalon no Oka here. Nakamata Master Song.
And would that be what we call Ugu or something like that? Oh no, that's not that. Oh,
No, that's
yes,
not
I remember
right.
that one. Oh, this is a wonderful one.
Yeah, this is a great song. This was actually in the Taika World Cup this year,
Yep.
in the group stage, if I remember correctly.
Oh gosh, I don't remember that. That finally, but it was there.
I had a lot of fun during the Taika World Cup, so I remember a lot about it.
Nakamura, Master God, he will carry.
Kurumara?
That's exactly what they wrote.
I know, I can see it. I'm just like, Kurumara? don't think that's quite right there, buddy.
Alright, so while we're waiting for this match to get started, place your bets which team's going to win, South Korea or Hong Kong.
Hong
You guys in the chat, you need to start showing some support for your team. Let us know who you think's going to win, Hong Kong or South Korea. My bets right now are currently on Hong Kong. I'm going to predict, let's say, 6-3. I'm going to predict 6-3.
All right. So to go against the main fold, I will say that South Korea has definitely a chance to win, and I'm going to root for them.
And how about our wonderful Z-Trot here as we get started on the first map?
Hong Kong hype.
Good man.
All right. I'm alone.
Yep.
All right, we should be getting this thing underway. This is quite a fun map here. Really upbeat rhythm, lots of fun catching. So this one should be pretty good. Now there is a little bit of note for high catcher control, so our players are going to have to take it easy and make sure not to drop combo early on. And we do see a drop from Latifah-sama real early, and Azrael as well just a moment ago. But the score is still going back and forth, and it's still anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, right now Hong Kong has a small advantage because of Latifah missing slightly earlier than Azrael. But we actually have another miss from Chung B, which is going to bring the lead over to South Korea now. And this is not a very long song, so there is not very much room for error here.
Yep, we're already at 1/3 of the song, and Azrael missing means that Hong Kong will get... Oh, but Chung B missing as well, which means that South Korea keeps the lead.
Yeah, negating any possible chance of pulling that back with that drop.
Oh no, and a miss from Latifah-sama! No! Okay, that's going to extend the lead
really
for
bad.
South Korea right there. And unless we get a miss from Real or Hyper W7 at this point, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a point here for Hong Kong. And Chung missing again.
I believe that, even if we do have 1/3 of the map remaining, that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
with
now from
Alice-
Hong Kong missing.
Look at the
Alice
two...
dropping.
Look at the 2-2-24 players. How, it seems that it's the same player playing, more or less. Look at the way they move.
Very true, but it does look like Hyper is a little bit, has a little bit of a lag behind Roll there. And that isn't a bad thing, but just one slight move being a little bit behind like that and a combo break can happen. But instead of Hyper, it was Azrael at the top dropping. But that's not going to be nearly enough for them to lose, and they will take this first point going over to South Korea. Very impressive play there from everyone. Getting a double S on Real side, that is fantastic. Great plays from Hong Kong as well, not seeing a very high miscount. It looks like Latifah-sama had a little bit more trouble than anyone else on the Hong Kong side. Alice Cartlet only missing 3. Very close match, but just not close enough as South Korea will net that first point.
Yes, indeed, that was a decisive victory. 1.1 million points advance, more or less. So, quite impressive. And indeed, we have Chung B saying Team Auto. Anyhow.
Yeah, we get first point there for South Korea. Really strong performance at the beginning with Real and Hyper W7 both getting that flow combo, as already seen. A little bit interested to see how Hong Kong's going to retaliate here. As we've already seen, there have been double time picks that were banned out against them, so we may see some double time coming from them early on. However, it does not look like it's going to happen. We are actually going to get SCU's Milky Bear.
Oh, this should be interesting. With this one having a lower approach rate than some of the other hidden maps, it will be something you have to kind of sit there and wait for. You don't want to try to move your catcher too quick. And
Azrael is showing some very big distaste towards this map right now.
And I feel like it's for those reasons that I was saying exactly. The approach rate on this one, while not completely unreasonable for a World Cup stage, it is a little bit slower, so our catch to the high speed antics here might have a little bit of an issue, as you really need to slow down and take a nice chilled relax at the Milky Ice Bear to be able to get that FC.
Yeah, definitely. And if you have trouble with hidden, sometimes ranking up the sound effect measure can help.
So interesting fact about this map here. This is actually a map that was designed prior to the hyperdash changes that were made in the game, and it got ranked right after the hyperdashes got changed. So it plays a little bit different than what a player might expect. So it might be a little bit tricky for some of these players to actually be able to deal with the hyperdashes here.
Yeah, and those awkward hyperdashes are an unfortunate thing of an ever-changing criteria. But kind of on a little side note here, it is good to know that here recently with the S.Korea World Cup going on, we've also been able to finalize a lot of new guidelines and rules for setting up S.Korea maps, so we won't have things like Milky Ice Bear happen. While this map's still fun and endearing, you're definitely going to see how awkward it can be.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to wait too soon for that. Really good song though, at the very least. I hear from a lot of people that this map doesn't play very well with the hyperdashes, like since the change. But I think it just makes it more interesting because it's not a very it's not a super long song if I remember correctly. And with little mistakes that can be made with hyperdashes, it could easily go to either team with a little mistake.
I still like what Octave said. You'll never really be ready, but press ready anyway, please.
And is there a way, by the way, to play it with the old hyperdashes?
I do not believe there is a way to do that, no.
I mean, you could find a version of OS where this will work, but good luck with that.
South Korea taking a little bit of the lead there.
First hyperdash and first miss.
And then Rio, PikaCast, and Life all missing there. Chung as well. Sorry, not PikaCast. PikaCast did not miss. Chungbi, Latifa-sama, and Rio all miss, with Asriel missing as well, and Chungbi missing again. So far, only Alien Flybot and PikaCast holding full combo.
Yeah, these jumps are like almost pixel perfect here, and the hypers are oh, excuse me. The hypers are really jarring. As you can see, our players are kind of having a little bit of an issue here with it. It does look like PikaCast is holding okay, but everyone on Hong Kong's side, outside of Alien Flybot, is having not such a good time.
And yesterday, Real and PikaCast actually not getting full combo, but a sizable combo, whereas Chungbi, Latifa-sama, and now Alien Flybots can't really do that, apparently.
Yeah, Chungbi and Latifa-sama are really struggling with this map, and I'm not seeing it really affect South Korea at all right now. I mean, Real and PikaCast are both holding very high combos, and despite the miss there, Asriel was holding quite well as well. And as it is right now, Hong Kong is just continuously missing. Latifa is especially struggling, dropping down to 92% accuracy.
It makes me wonder why Hong Kong picked this.
Yeah, I don't think this was a very good pick for Hong Kong. This felt like it was just kind of throwing a point at South Korea as it was. But that's going to be the second point there for South Korea. Only one miss from Real and two from PikaCast. Latifa actually failing the map at the end there, so that completely cemented their lead.
Yeah, I mean, why choosing that? I mean, they wanted 3 bans, so they picked it first, so it is out of the way. But it's a breakpoint. It's important.
Wasn't that map amazing?
Super amazing.
Oh, look, Tav.
It was certainly something.
My mental is ruined. I can understand that.
We all pity you. Yep. We all pity the players that have to play a map like that.
And we all pity the players who had to train a map like that.
This sounds like the players that have to do like low slider velocity hidden maps in some other game mode that we won't talk about right now.
Oh gosh.
Well, I mean, I feel like that being a hidden pick was probably not the best place for it, but at the same time, with the jumps being as tricky as they are, and it just having that really jerky motion, I feel like that's probably a good hidden pick to slip someone up on. With the proper training, you can definitely use that to secure an easy point if you know your opposing team hasn't practiced it. So, you know, it's not too bad.
But we do have an issue now of South Korea coming up with their pick and already breaking a point off of Hong Kong. It's if they can get another point on their own selection, they're just going to extend their lead even further, and they really don't want to have that happen this early on in the match.
Big
Alright.
board nerd hype.
Oh gosh.
Pegboard nerds and Mr. Wives coffins.
I have not actually heard this one, so I'm looking forward to it.
Now, I can give you a little bit of information about this one. Coffins is a lot easier than you might think, but it does have a very low circle size. So what that means is we're going to see some really tiny fruits here. Hard Rock is going to make that even smaller. But this is a little bit more of a tamer map, so we might not see as many combo breaks. But with it being as small as it is, a mistake can be made, and the mistake will be detrimental here. I do believe the drain is kind of unforgiving. It's been a minute since I looked at the map information, so I could be wrong, but I do know that this one is one of the more chilled Hard Rock picks. So hopefully we will see some full combos come out of this one.
I mean, we've already seen a few combos so far, but definitely would be nice to see some more, and would be nice to see how Hong Kong can like maybe come out and get a couple of full combos themselves. They haven't been doing too hot themselves as of late, making a lot of mistakes.
Nothing like listening to a little bit of like a trap mix at, 5 o'clock in the morning. Just, wake up with the haze.
Perfect music to wake up to.
It's totally not, but it's a good song, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'd probably freak out if someone blasted this to wake me up.
I mean, it's probably
better. Chord.
Probably better than listening to like Chill or something like that when you're trying to wake up. You'll just fall asleep again.
Yeah, that's true.
Wake up to some angry sounding music.
Wake me up.
Me up inside.
I can't wake up.
Well, try to wake up to some Cannibal Corpse. You wake up. You wake up.
Oh. JB Hyperion, I love you.
What? Oh, wake me. Oh no. Oh, please.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah, his Slane was a little bit late on the uptake there, but he got it.
I didn't look at the chat then. And I remember not to. I remember that too. Now I understand why I don't look at the chat.
All right, here we go.
All right,
This is good. This is going to be a pretty important point here for Hong Kong. They're really going to have to play this one as good as they can, because if they lose their third point here right off the start, it's going to make the match a little bit harder for them to really be able to concentrate on mentally, just being behind that far.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. And the sickle size actually makes the fruits smaller, as well as the ryuta, the platter, smaller. So it goes twofold.
The what? I don't think we have a Ryuta anymore. I'm pretty sure that's a Yuzu.
I know I'm a user, but who's the other guy?
Whatever happened to Ryuta? Did we just like throw him in the trash can or something?
No.
He missed too many fruits and he couldn't take it anymore, so he left. He couldn't handle the pressure. He grew weak. And in the end, we replaced him with someone more stronger.
We did have a miss there from Chungbi though, so it's going to be lead going
from Let Fessel as well.
Oh, but we have missing.
But Alien Fly, but the whole Hong Kong team missing. Chungbi is the only one having any sizable combo. On the mod side, we do have Asriel and Sumi, the two ones having a full combo on South Korean side, having hidden. On the way, Adin Flybot and Latifa Sama does have hidden, but Latifa Sama missing again, cementing definitely South Korea's lead in that matter.
Yeah, and this is another very short song as we are seeing right now. We're already nearing the end of it, and with the full combos from Asriel and Sumi here, that's going to be a very solid third point for South Korea, bringing this to 3-0. Hong Kong is not in a good position right now.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're doing pretty good there, but about halfway point, as you can see from the graphs, is where they kind of just started dropping there. That low circle size definitely proved to be a little bit more challenging than they wanted, but South Korea really on top of their game here, securing that third point, definitely making it look like this stuff is easy when it's most definitely not. Sumi also having the hidden hard rock on that one, getting a perfect 99.85%. Hyper with the 99.25, and Asriel with a 99.85% as well, also carrying the hidden. So South Korea really looking strong with this one, guys. So as much as the Hong Kong hype as I wanted to say, they are in a bad situation at this moment. They're definitely going to have to try to rebuttal and get themselves on the board, or this might be a potential sweep.
Hey, I mean, you know what? I'm going to stick with my prediction despite South Korea like being very strong right now. I'm going to say that Hong Kong's just going to win 6 points in a row just to keep with my prediction of 6-3.
I'm not alone anymore then.
Go for it. I believe in you, Hong Kong. I mean, this is Hong Kong's next map selection as well. This will be their second pick. If they don't hold on this, though, it's going to be... at that point, it's pretty much over for Hong Kong. If you get broken twice in a row right at the start of the match, you're just... At that point, you can say that your team is just not able to really hang with the other team.
Okay, then it looks like we're going to be going over Legend next.
Hey, I mean, we got some whoosh whoosh bang bang going on here. You know, always got to be some sound Voltex in a World Cup.
Oh, of course.
Well, as a matter of fact, we've had quite a lot of Stone Voltex in this tournament as well, at least. You know, for each map set, we had at least 1 or 2 songs, which is typed like that.
They'll never go away. The Mania World Cup's going to have pretty much entirely Sound Voltex songs too. You can just... I'm calling that now. I predict it.
So, you know, I don't have anything against that.
I do. As much as I like the songs, we need more variety.
Okay, well, the thing about Legend is... Now, we're waiting a little bit here. But one of the things you have to watch out for this one is there's lots of strong hyper dashes, and there's going to be lots of doubles and even quadruplets that are going to come in pattern here. And Hong Kong, with their playing right now, I don't know if this is the best thing for them. This might be another potential easy point for South Korea, but we could be surprised. I just think that we might see some problems from Chunbi with some of these hyper dashes, especially when it gets into the double and quadruple sections. But only time will tell. Hopefully we will see a little bit of a rebuttal on Hong Kong's side, though. And away we go.
Yeah, the two players from Hong Kong that really need to step their game up right now are Chungbi and Alice Cartelet. They've both really been having a lot of issues maintaining their combo. Alien Flybot has been doing quite well themselves. They've been able to keep up at least with the third placing player on South Korea most of the time, if not better. So as long as they can maintain and the other players can step up their game a little bit, we might see the game get a bit closer, but with a miss from Alice Cartelet and Alien Flybot, not looking to be a good start. But we do have a miss from Real as well.
And
however,
this is what I was... Oh, go ahead, Slang. I was just going to point. Okay, I'm done.
You just say go ahead, don't speak after that. We do have Hyper W and Asriel having a full combat, but just as I say that, Hyper W 7 missing just then, maybe getting a slight advantage for South Korea. However, Changbi missing again, not able to maintain any sizable combo. It's still an anyone's map at that moment.
Yeah, this is actually still very close, despite what the score shows right now. A single miss could turn this very fast. If we see a miss from Azrael or Real at this point in the match, then it will turn.
Yeah, Hong Kong has a combo disadvantage, but not that much, as a matter of fact.
I say that, but it's just not happening. These two players have been so consistent throughout this tournament so far.
And here gets some of the quadruple sections here with the back and forth hypers. This is not too hard of a section as long as you go into it with the right momentum. And as you can see, we didn't see a drop from anyone there. It looks like everybody's gotten their win together, and now they are starting to hold the high combos. Alien Flybot does miss there. That's unfortunate.
No, and right at the end, a miss from Alice Cartlet as well. But, you know, Hong Kong was starting to pick up their momentum there. It was a little bit too late, as they'd already had some misses early on, but they were starting to hold their combos a bit better. As we can see, everybody on their team was above 580 combo there, actually holding out quite well. But it was not enough to beat South Korea on this point, and South Korea will break yet again, bringing it to 4-0 over Hong Kong.
Wow. Now that's something. That was unexpected in a way.
I don't know how consistent Azrael, Real, and Hyper Out W7 have been playing throughout this tournament. It's just not looking good for Hong Kong right now. Azrael with a full combo there, 99.13% accuracy. Very strong score. So this will be South Korea's pick now. We've already seen 2 picks from Hong Kong. This will be South Korea's 3rd pick. Have to wait here for a moment just as we find out what South Korea wants to pick in this situation. They are pretty far ahead, so they might go for something a little bit riskier, or they could also go for a safe pick. If I was in the lead right now, I'd probably go for something that we feel that we could probably win on, but aren't 100% on it. Mostly because doing the riskier picks later in the match really is not fun. But
Can we just take a sec to go backwards a bit here?
yeah, go for it.
We should probably remember this is the second time these two teams have gone up against each other so far.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. They tied, well, they went to tiebreaker during group stage.
I guess we're really just seeing the difference in difficulty in the stages then. If they went to tiebreaker in the group stage, it's just South Korea having a higher performance in maps that are harder.
Which, I should say, Hong Kong won the tiebreaker.
This is almost like a repeat of Canada versus Taiwan all over again.
It would seem so, yes. And they did choose Eastward, another map by Dave. So is there a specific little story to this one as well?
Well, actually, with Eastward, there's lots of 1/8 notes. There's kind of a, you could kind of call it like a dubsteppy-ish section that gets really crazy, and it demands a lot of control of the catcher. But from South Korea, I don't think we're going to see too many problems there, but with that control section, it might be a little bit hard here, as we're seeing Hong Kong has been struggling with catcher control, and that's just not something you really want to go into on a stage like this. It's unfortunate, but they're going to have to step their game up, and I just don't know if they have it in them at this point.
Yeah, me either, especially with seeing that frowny face and that crying face from the players from Hong Kong right there. They do not look to be too impressed by this map selection.
Yeah, I could also agree with Twitch chat here. The short story with Eastward is Deef is an evil mapper. The end. But no, I feel that the map's actually pretty well made in aspect to how it goes with the song, but it is very unforgiving. If you miss in one of those intense sections, you're not gonna have a good time.
I find missing in Catch the Beat, when you miss in like something that's got hyper dashes or like heavy streaming or anything like that, you end up missing a lot. Just because like anytime you like end up losing your momentum and you just happen to get your catcher in the wrong spot, it's so hard to get yourself back into it.
Yeah, the momentum. Like if you lose out of momentum during a hyper, you can if the drain is high enough and appropriate, you can literally just die. It's just game over.
Yeah, it's pretty much comparable to a stream in standard. If you lose your pace, well, you're boned. You can be boned.
Yeah, but at least in standard streams, you can, move your cursor back to the right location and just stream at the right speed. You don't really get that option in Catch the Beat. If you miss and Catch the Beat, like if you miss that like hyper dash leading into the next section, you just end up missing everything over there because you can't get over there.
Physically, yes.
Yeah, Os Catch has the if you miss, you're in trouble.
And we do have another miss from Real.
Yeah, you are correct, Slane, and that's actually going to open the door for Hong Kong a little bit, but Chun-Bi is also going to drop there, although picking it back up really quick in that quad section, which is really good for him. As long as they can maintain this, they might have a chance here. Ooh,
no, we have a miss from Alex Counterlit.
And
No.
that's South Korea slamming the door, runs right back.
They had a chance, and then Latif Sava and Alice Cartlet and Chung-Bi all missing now. Asriel missing as well. It's so unfortunate. They had a chance there to pull ahead and actually get themselves a point, but with Real and Hyper W7 just holding that insanely high combo right now, Real actually dropping there. Just with those combos, it's just not looking good for Hong Kong. Might just be a very quick 5th point for South Korea. And this man just being a complete shutout.
Yes, and we have some, concern because we all actually did miss an hyper dash, and as we were explaining, once you miss one hyper dash fruit, you miss 5 or 6 of them. So his life bar went really low.
Yeah, Slane is correct. Missing a hyper can mean almost instant death, and if you can't get back into the swing of things and recover quick, death near the end would be detrimental.
Yeah, and another misser from Alice Cartlet and Latifa towards the end of the song. And
Descending to
just look at
cross screen hyper dashes. That looks good.
I think Latifa actually failed at the end there, and just look at the score difference. That's just massive score difference.
Yeah, definitely failed at the end there, as they dropped quite a bit of score.
On South Korea
with the double S.
Yeah, Hyper W with that really impressive WS. Or double S. Wow, WS. Good job. I think I'm the one that's tired, Z-Trot. I don't know about you.
Oh, man. Oh, that needs to go on the highlight reel.
Oh,
We
jeez.
do have a new score for this kind of performance.
What do we call a WS?
A winning S.
And winning, yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. Anyway, we are going into Hong Kong's 3rd pick here and potentially final pick as we go into this potential match point for South Korea.
And we do have the story of the legendary sword, Caliburn.
I feel like this is probably the map that Slane's been looking forward to the most.
It might be.
All right.
There's a slight chance.
With Caliburn, let's give a little bit of information on that one. Caliburn, what our players are going to want to watch out for is there's some strong hyper dashes and really tricky streams. These extreme fast patterns get really bad at the end. It's going to be tame towards the beginning, but as time goes on, it's going to get harder and harder. If South Korea picked this is a perfect way to seal this out. And if Hong Kong picked this one, I'm a little confused as to why.
What? Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys. So I'm just going to say this really quickly for all those supporters out there. If you guys are cheering on for Hong Kong right now, they need your help. They are way down in points right now, and they want to at least take 1 point here and not get completely shut out. So show your support in Twitch chat. If you are supporting Hong Kong, let us know. If you're supporting South Korea and you want the shutout to happen, let us know as well. I mean, hey, shutouts are cool if you're supporting the team that has it happen. I want to see the hype for this match, even if it is a shutout.
Yeah. And
Well, I mean,
you know,
they definitely picked a good hype song.
as we predicted, most of the songs which were played were nomads. I mean, 6 songs, 4 nomads.
Yeah, Nomad is going to become more and more predominant as we go further, I do believe. It was crazy to see the round of 16 almost being entirely mod, but we have moved away from that, and mods are only being used as tactical points for players to get those extra scores on stuff they're not 100% sure on, which is how I feel like the mod pool should be played. When going just off raw skill, no mod should be used to determine. But if you can't win with no mod, then definitely trying to pick what the opposing side has as a weakness is your best bet.
Tiebreaker hype?
Oh,
Not-
that would be awesome. I have to admit, that would be awesome. That
Might have
probably
been early
will
for the
happen.
tiebreaker hype.
If we went into tiebreaker now, though, we'd definitely go over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Boy.
much.
Tiebreaker hype now would be 2-hour match hype.
Yeah, pretty much.
2-hour match hype. Let's do this.
I can live with this.
I could live with that. I mean, it's probably, Loctave and Sharpie and Pen, which would not live with that very well.
You gotta remember, I really want Hong Kong to win this, sir.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, this song, man.
Yeah, and as we can see, we're starting to see some of the stronger hyper dashes right out of the gate. And remember, as this thing goes on, it will get faster and faster. So they definitely need to keep their catcher control up to par. Now, it does look like everybody is holding full combo at this moment, which is excellent. We do see a little bit of an accuracy drop from Alien Flybot and Chun-Bi, but nothing to be too worried about. Oh, and as I say that though, Alien Flybot does drop, that's going to lower Hong Kong's chances here. And we're only about halfway through the map.
And that's especially because we are about halfway to the map, that this drop is really, really important. Astriel dropping just as well, and closer to the middle of the map. So if nothing else happens, Hong Kong should win this one.
The dream!
The dream, the comeback might be real. Goodness.
Oh man, Alien Flybot almost dropped there with that last section of hypers, but he managed to pull his catcher back just in the nick of time in order to not see that drop. That kind of stuff is nail biting, good sir. And we get to that huge quad section and nobody drops there. That is going to be good. It does look like Real also dropped a little bit later on as their combo's around 300. But if Alice and Chun-Bi can hold and Alien Flybot can hold, this will be a point for Hong Kong as they pull further and further ahead. They might be able to take this point. No clean sweep today.
And look at that. The support for Hong Kong is showing through right now in the chat. And we have slowly growing lead here for Hong Kong that is just growing bigger and bigger, 500,000 points now, and with everybody still holding their combos, and towards the end of the song, we are finally going to avoid a sweep here with 1 point going to Hong Kong on their first time winning on their own selection.
There you are. So with a double perfect on the Hong Kong side, only one perfect on the South Korean side. Congratulations, it's 5-1 for Hong Kong, but South Korea has to choose the next map.
That is very true, Slane. And if South Korea has their way here, it will stay at 6. It will go to 6-1. But Hong Kong is not out of this. They are going to fight. They have a long, very hard climb ahead of them in order to take South Korea to this tiebreaker.
Yeah,
That's going to be 4 consecutive matches.
In order for them to even be able to bring it to a tiebreaker, they would need to break 3 times on South Korea's picks. So considering they just barely managed to get 1 win as it is out of 3 of their own selections, it may be very difficult for them to get another point. But I still have faith. I mean, if Hong Kong can do it once, they can do it again. We'll just have to wait and see and hope that Hong Kong can finally manage to break South Korea on one of their own picks. Shooting B seems satisfied though, just getting that 1 point. Just 1 point's enough. Even Alien Flybot's feeling the same way.
I think
he's rough.
I was about to say, I think Azrael thought they won that there for a moment. But we have a potential comeback in the making here, folks. If Hong Kong can get that 4 wins, we will see tiebreaker hype. And who doesn't like the tiebreaker?
You got the Hungarian dance.
I mean, Pavor Nocturnus, that is a very awesome tiebreaker, in my opinion.
That's Igor, man. That's awesome to begin with.
All right.
I have bad memories of that song.
If I'm not mistaken,
how can you?
Hungarian Dance is a double time pick here, which might be a little bit good for Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken. Or did Hong Kong ban out the double time?
Hong Kong banned out 1 double time, which we believe. Korea banned out 2 Green Dance and Sumi Degawa Karinka.
Yeah, so it looks like they definitely didn't want to play double time, so this might be a possibility that Hong Kong can get a second point here. The comeback is real. Definitely show your support for the teams. If we have Hong Kong supporters out there, show your love. Show them that they have a chance here. They can still bring this back. And if you have support for South Korea and you want them to put that final nail in the coffin of Hong Kong, show your support for them. It is going to be a tough match regardless.
I don't want to be the killjoy here, but you're talking about how Hong Kong didn't want to play double time. You have to remember, Hong Kong banned 1 double time. Korea banned 2, and then picked the final one. So the fact that they banned out 2 makes me think they didn't want to play double time any less than Hong Kong did.
Very true. Hopefully Hong Kong will be able to, maximize on this and take advantage of it. But we're not 100% sure. We just have to see the map played out now.
Yeah, not very long from now, we should be getting started. Potentially the last selection or last map that we'll be seeing in this match. And if South Korea does win this point here, Hong Kong will be eliminated from this tournament. So, as already mentioned, if you guys are supporting Hong Kong, you better start showing it now because this is getting really close to the final match. I mean, we've also seen that the team doesn't really have too much faith in themselves to take another point. So, I mean, somebody's got to have faith in them, right?
Yeah. And there is, all in all, good sportsmanship. There is not much salt here. That's nice. Nice to see. There is some in the chat, though.
Well, I mean, a Twitch chat. There's bound to be salt somewhere in there. I mean, it's filled with PJ salts.
Go Hong Kong, if you can do it, please.
What happened to our South Korean supporter?
I'm fine. I'm fine from where I'm
Where's the Go South Korea? Like, we're not even hearing that. I feel so biased. You know what? Go South Korea. I'm changing my vote.
Oh, you can't change your vote this late. That's cheating. Oh, look, the other team's winning. Better cheer for them.
Oh, I still want Hong Kong to win, but I'm going to cheer for South Korea right now.
Ooh, there was a triple drop from Hong Kong there, and that is going to give the lead right back over to South Korea as Hong Kong had it early. But this thing is really quick. It's almost over as fast as it starts. And unfortunately, it looks like South Korea is able to hold that combo just a little bit better than Hong Kong. And they're probably going to take this last point as this map is already over. Really fast one. Well, it's not over yet, but it's pretty much over.
Look at Hyper W. Look at his score.
Just another double S. No issues at all.
Wow. That's impressive.
Right, and that is going to be the winning point for South Korea as they knock out Hong Kong here. They are going to advance. Congratulations to South Korea, and we will be going into our next in roughly about 20 minutes, and that match is going to be Singapore versus Japan.
And just to the losing team, thank you guys so much for participating in this tournament. It was a pleasure to watch your matches. And, you know, even if you guys lost, hey, you played well. You could have done a little bit better, but you did the best you could.
I'm sad.
You know, it's
You
it's
two-faced
okay,
little
though,
mugger.
because Hong Kong did not go out in a clean sweep. They put out a fight. There
It's
was
almost
not a
squashed,
sweep
but-
today. Well, yeah, but there was not a sweep. And that's the most important part. In the semifinals, not to get sweep, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we've got a few minutes before the next match. If you guys wanna go ahead and ask us stuff, yeah, go for it. Just, you know, keep it sensible.
Yep.
You guys know the rules by now.
I'm actually going to take a small leave while we're waiting for the next match. So if you have questions for me, please wait till I return. I am going to go make beautiful coffee and then make sweet, sweet drinking love to it as I try to wake up for the
Thank
next
you for
match.
all that extra detail that we did not need to hear.
Imagining Lucha kissing a cup. I can't unsee.
Oh,
It's okay.
I think it's in like American stuff at the baseball games. I've got like those kiss cams or whatever.
Oh no.
I think Zicho knows where I'm going with this. There was actually this one guy who got put up on him, and he actually just lifted up his big glass, and he just started doing the whole thing with the beer, and everyone's like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" Have you seen that?
Yes.
It's so good.
I've definitely seen that. Yeah. All right, though. But yes, I shall return.